What's up, family? What's up? So tonight we have our last speaker chat, and when I say this week has been fun and amazing, why you ain't got your ticket yet? Like, what you waiting on? You want to be in the room. If you have heard the guests that we have had this entire week, you want to be in the room with them, okay? And the ones I got tonight are even more fire. So just as a caveat to y'all, these people charge way more than what we charge for tickets if you were to see them individually. So we want you to go get your doggone ticket because you definitely want to be in the room. Now, I was just told VIP is closed. So no more VIP. Y'all should have got in where you fit in. All we now have is general admission and brunch. And so we definitely want you to be in the room, have some fun, talk to some amazing people, get connected with some really great folks. So I'm going to bring up my guest so that we can get started with our conversation. What's up, Byron and Corey?
What's happening? What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh
we
yeah.
can hear you good. We can hear you good. So, two heavy hitters, y'all, from the men's panel. Well, no, Corey, you're on the leading panel.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Byron,
from the former men's panel. She let me
yes.
off the men's panel this time, y'all.
What, Corey? That's not just
She let you know what I'm saying?
Corey, don't start. Because you already be snatching edges too. Don't start,
Hey,
okay?
you know, we do a little something. We do a little something. But it's all good for the people, right? It's all good for the
It's
people.
right, right. We do it for the people. So we definitely appreciate I appreciate you both coming back, being a part. Byron is an OG. He been down.
OG.
OG, triple OG. Corey is listen, Corey, you OG too. Listen. I appreciate
Yeah.
y'all lending your voice to the cause because this isn't easy. Y'all hear from the men. Like, this is not easy to be a part of, or like not the event, but to just be in this space. Is not easy. So we're gonna start off with you, Corey, telling everyone who you are, what you do, and who you serve.
Yeah, so my name's Corey Sigu. So a lot of you probably know me, motivational speaker. I do operational consulting as well. And it's a perfect time as you like came up with this conversation that it was like me going into the operation side was really to help people gain clarity and not stress and burn out at work. And I was like, that's the whole reason I'm getting into this. And I was like, you know what? This is kind of what I've been doing anyway. So yeah. So it was just a perfect mesh of just even just saying, man, it's motivation. You know, is you doing better at life? Is you like taking control of your life? And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of people suffering at work, and you know, we need to get them to a better land. So
Right.
y'all can find me CoreySigu.com. You can find me on there. You can find me on Instagram at Corey Sigu. Facebook, same thing. So
Thank you, Corey. And y'all, I'm telling you, Corey comes from a very different perspective than, a lot of people when it comes to leadership. And it's overall, it's not just how you want to be a leader, it's how you show up for your teams, how you show up in the boardroom. Hell, how you just show up for yourself. So, Corey, thank you again for saying yes, giving the people what they want. All right, Byron. Oh my gosh, y'all. Byron. This what year 3
Let's
on the
see.
men's panel since we've been in person?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, year
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
Because yeah, dang, that's time. Time is flying. Time is flying. I will say that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So tell the folks who you are,
Uh,
what you do, who you serve.
well, my name is Byron Duncan, or you can call me B Duncan. I am a photographer, videographer, storyteller. I am I consider myself a leader. But I have a background in sports, where I worked in sports operation for some years. I learned a lot about leadership through that. And currently working as a medical professional in dialysis right now, which is teaching me a lot. So, I like to compile everything that I do and just give it back to the people in my own way, which is why, I'm involved with a lot in the community. Um, Using my photography and my services, go all over the city, working a lot of events throughout the city with a podcast here in Texas. I mean, here in Houston, Teddy Tuesday podcast. If you follow me, you've seen me post. A lot of those events that we do is for the community. And that's one of the things that I, I channel and I like to put my passion for is for people. And yeah, that's what I do. And I'm here to give more. Here to
Stop
give
being
more.
so modest. Okay, y'all. He does all the photography for My Mind is My Business. Has been doing this since 2024. He takes all your girl headshots, photos. He didn't photograph the grandkids. Okay. He is my photographer.
Yes.
Okay. I loan him out to the rest of y'all, but he is my
Yes, photography, videography. If you got a brand and you want to push, I definitely help push personal brands. If you got a product, I can help you push product. So you don't have a background in marketing. So yes, I do. I have a great deal of things that I do that I'm very like I don't have like one particular thing that I do.
a
I've
Renaissance man.
realized that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just
Right,
like
Corey?
all around. I'm
Right.
LeBron James with it. You need somebody to help you run these. I've done events too. Like if you can think of it, I've probably done it before.
Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna push you on that though, Byron. So last year we talked about something, and I just wanted to see if this year, if you're ready to take that leap, right? So are we ready to
I
put
know what
some
conversation you
some
talking about too.
pen to paper? Are we ready to get some authorship going?
Yeah, it's funny you bring that. I remember that conversation
Mhm.
like it was yesterday. So
It was
yes,
about that
sir.
time.
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
See? Y'all
It's all about
future
that
what
timing.
happens. Y'all see listen, they don't know the connections that happen in the room that carry over,
Mm.
like going on and on. Like we do this, we connect, we hold each other accountable for what we say. So Byron, I don't know what you're supposed to be doing, but we need to get it done.
Mm.
Period.
Roger.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna leave it on the wrap, Byron. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you announce that. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen
It
soon.
will.
Boy, you
For sure.
messy, you messy.
Yeah. No, it's it because I was talking to my brother. I was talking to him about the conversation me and you had. We was talking about the event. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
it's all the signs are there. I'm taking it.
All right, let's go. Whenever you're ready, let me
I
know.
love
Uh,
that. I love the connection. Let's talk about that for a minute. So both of you previously were on the men's panel. Corey, you are now on the Leading with Ease panel because I feel like leaders feel like it's always got to be hard to do our jobs. And it's not always that way. So I'm gonna throw this to you first, Corey, but Byron, I want you to think about it. What is the one thing you feel like leaders miss in their calling when it comes to just being a leader or even leading their team?
So yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head already. The biggest thing that leaders miss in that grand scheme of what they do is to make life easier. And so what happens a lot of times is, and I'm gonna just throw some statistics out there. Y'all don't quote me on this. It's somewhere out on the internet, so it has to be true.
Right.
Most leaders go into positions of management or they want the title simply because they want the title or the money.
Right.
They don't go into it because they actually want to lead and make people better. And so the reality is those same people are your bosses, your supervisors, your managers, your climb the chain, right? And those are your people that are in the front leading. And so our job is to literally make life easier for people. And sometimes we miss that because we're chasing KPIs and we're chasing performance and all this other stuff. But the reality is I should make your life easier and therefore you hit the goal. But we miss it somehow because, and I always say this, it hurts for some people, but it's because you want to sit at the Thanksgiving table. You want to sit with your family at Christmas and be like, look at me. My job is so hard. I lead people and they struggle. Like, no, that's not about it. You should have your feet kicked up because, yeah, you did a lot of work up in front. And then all of your employees and your team is like, man, you know what? I've been doing the same thing I've been doing, and
Right.
this life is easy. I'm still hitting the same goal. So I think that's one big piece. I can go on for days, but that's one big piece a lot of people do miss.
That's true. Oh my gosh, Corey, like you come out the gate swinging, huh? And I already TK on us before we get
Hey,
started.
you know. Hey, sometimes
Right.
they need to hear. They gon'
They
if they don't
do.
catch nothing else on the live, they done heard that.
Yeah, they do. They do for sure. Byron, what's your take on it?
So that is a good that's a great point that he brought up though. I would say one of the things that I've noticed that I see, especially working in the medical field, is I think thing people leaders are missing is the compassion for people. I think they get caught up like he mentioned, trying to reach the KPI, trying to get your KPIs and the computer behind it, and we got to make this go. And then I think they're missing like the compassion for people,
Hmm.
and it's like you have to some might think it's hard to like balance the two, but you have
Hmm.
to, as a leader, that's one of the things you have to be able to do is know
Right,
that you have humans. Like if you're leading people, you're leading other humans, so you have to take the factor of the human part of that.
right,
And sometimes it start off as okay, we care about our we care, but then it started to kind of dwindle off as you get deeper
right,
into like whatever projects you got going, or when you get deep into your work, you kind of get lost in it and you kind of lose that
right,
compassion. And so like, you know, so just take care of your people. That's one thing I always say as a leader. And as for me, I always demonstrate is just taking care of your people. Like,
right,
give them some lunch. They working hard. Send them some. Give them some lunch
right,
for a day, or
right.
um, team building. Even like all the little things like that can go a
Hmm.
long way with like showing that compassion for people. So yeah,
Exactly.
I can
I
go
love
on and
that
on
you say
too. So,
I was gonna
but yeah,
say
that. No, but
even just
that's
the
good.
acknowledgement.
No, but that's good because y'all both bring up two pieces. And Tiff, I'm gonna get to you in just a second. Your human capital is vital to
Mhm.
your leadership being sustainable. I'm gonna say that again for the people in the back. Your human capital, not how much funding, because the funding can come in, but if you have no one to do the work, who doing the work? You. Your human capital is vital to you being a sustainable leader. And we miss that part. And then we show up, Corey, for our teams burnt out, not executing calmly. And then we wonder why the team is frazzled and can't keep up with what's happening. We have to learn how to balance all those pieces or bring harmony to all those pieces because they're essential. What's up, Tiff?
Hey, you know what? I already knew I was gonna have technical difficulties.
We were just talking about it.
It's okay. It's okay. So first we're gonna start with you telling people who you are, what you do, and who you serve. And you better tell it all because I'm gonna tell all your business
Oh
on
my
this
goodness.
live.
Well, be prepared to tell all my business. I'm gonna keep it short and cute on here. Um, my name is Tiffany Stewart. I am the owner of Birthright Consulting Group, and so we help mission-driven organizations sustain funding, corporate sponsorship, grants, investment, money all around, increase revenue, and like so they can focus on the work that they do best.
See, she said I ain't have to tell on her, y'all. She said it. So, Tiff, you very integral in the conversation we just had where we say what are leaders missing. When I said your human capital, when you go to write grants for people, one of the things they ask you is how many people do you have to service this RFP? So, from your perspective, what else do you think leaders miss, it just in the grand scheme of leading themselves and taking care of themselves?
Yeah, I'll say two things. I think one, I think people underestimate the importance of their relationships, like you said. Um, Relationships make all the difference. Like you could
Right.
have a person giving away a grant, and because they have a relationship with the organization,
Mhm.
it looks totally different. The process looks different than someone who is just applying with no relationship. So
Right.
relationship is like stewarding your relationships is so important. Your whether it's employees, your sponsors, your partner, whatever it is, like
Right.
relationships matter. And I think one thing that people miss, especially leaders, because we get caught up in our own heads and we're like, executing the vision is listening. Like, I feel like people don't listen well enough. Like, you have to listen. And when I say listen, I don't even just mean like what people say. I mean, like, listen to your employees, like when they're coming, like, how they work, their, like, the culture that you're cultivating at, your workplace, like whatever it is, like, you have to really listen and listen well. And I
Right.
think that's one thing that leaders can tend to forget to do, but it's
Mhm.
so important.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Tiff. Y'all all three is over here. Y'all, well, y'all need to go get y'all tickets because this is the greatness that's in the room. You said listening. Listening is a skill that I think as leaders sometimes we miss because we are doing so many things. Corey, I remember you saying last year about leaders like sometimes being quiet. I forgot exactly how you said it, but it was this sense of leaders being quiet sometimes. There's strength in silence in how you lead, but also kind of not hearing what people are saying out loud. Let's speak to that, Corey, and I'll throw that to you because I remember that quote you mentioned at first, like what you said about it. Where is the strength in silence as a leader?
Yeah, I think it gives you a chance to step back. And so if you think about it, even if let's just say you just want to make a whole bunch of money, right? Because I said that, there's leaders that take these jobs just that way they can get the title or they can get the money. Most millionaires are introverts, which means most millionaires sit back and observe and look at things.
Yes.
And so, like, what happens is we're leaders and we're like, you need to do this and you have to do that. And it's just blah, 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 blah all day, right? And we're just hounding you and barking orders at you. When the reality is, like you said, Tiffany, is like you should just step back and listen and look at what's going on. How does this person take control of this situation?
Mm-hmm.
I'll even give y'all an example. So I had one of my supervisors one time. He had one of the employees. He was kind of doing some. He he wanted to go talk to people while he was doing the job, right? And so, long story short, one of my bosses said, "Well, in that moment, you should have just stepped in and made sure that he got back to work." And I said, "Nope, because I need him. I need to empower him to take control of that
Mhm.
situation."
Yep.
And guess what happens though? A week later, he said, "Yep, I see what you said," because he had just joined the team too. I see what you said. I had the conversation with him. All of a sudden, same employee, number one on the dashboard, highest rated person in the department, got his
Mhm.
stuff together, not paying attention to this other stuff. What would I have fixed if I just stepped in? That
Yep.
doesn't, you know what I'm saying? What
Yes.
do I fix by stepping in on behalf of him? I know I can do it. I have to empower people. The only way that I can empower people is by listening and observing to see what you do. Because the
Right.
reality is I'm gonna push you to be better, and that's fine.
Right.
But I don't know how to push you to be better if I'm just assuming that you have these inefficiencies or you have these opportunities. I gotta
Yes.
listen.
Right. Right. Oh,
Yes.
Corey, you be over here.
The
You
nail
and
on
Dr.
that one.
Van, y'all both be over here snatching folks' little edges off their head. Like for real, for real. Tiff, I'ma throw it to you. You said listening, that's key. What more can you share around that whole thing?
Mm, well, what I would say in addition to listening, like, you have to be prepared to be wrong as well, right?
Mm,
Like, a lot of the times people can, um, you ever have a conversation with someone, and I'm gonna be honest, I do this sometimes, and I have to practice not to do it, but like, I'm listening to respond, and I'm not listening to, like, understand.
yep,
And those are two different, like, places to be in, because, like, you're
right,
like, oh, okay, they said this, so I'm gonna say, like, you're getting your points ready because you have a point to make. And
right,
I think that's a natural human thing to do, but I think it takes practice to say, okay, let me take a step back, not only listen, but then listen to understand, and with the assumption, and then thinking with the mindset that I could be wrong, right? I
right.
may have to apologize to people. I may have to take a new perspective on whatever I originally thought. And sometimes that
Mhm.
can be hard when you are a strong-minded person and you feel like, you know what, this is the way I see it. So, in addition to listening, you have to listen to understand
Yeah,
and be prepared to pivot, to pause, to move, to apologize. Like, as the leader, you are the model, right,
Yeah.
of what you want your organization to be. And so like if you exhibit or justify bad behavior, then like those things are going to come back up in your
Right.
business, either at a different level or to your customers, your clients, whatever. So like it takes you to like be the best that you can be in
Right.
order to cultivate what you want inside your business. And sometimes, a lot of times, that's correcting yourself, right, and being in a position
Yeah.
to apologize, and like you
Yeah.
said, and humble yourself, because like humility, integrity, like all these things go a long way
They do.
inside of a business. So yeah, you have
They
to, as the
do.
leader, you have to be the best.
Can I
Exactly.
say this real quick though? You man, right on it. As a
Yeah.
society though, even outside of leadership, as a society, we have a problem getting information and then reforming our opinion. So
Right.
we can be the sky is blue, and then we have evidence and photos and timestamps that is green, and we'll be like, nope, that's
Right,
wrong.
Uh,
right. It's hard.
Right.
It's so hard.
Like,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Byron, you over there chuckling. What's your take?
no, that's funny. No, I was just thinking, I think like that right there, what she just pointed out, that right there alone, that could distinguish you like being a good manager and a great leader. Like
Mm-hmm.
that, with that little piece alone of like listening and just like being able to take the feedback, and it helps you grow as a leader.
Right.
And just like kids, they see that, they're watching. So and if they observe you, being able to take criticism, being able to take it
Right.
and grow, it's like it's like you know, you got little mini leaders under you. And that's
Right.
essentially what you want to do as a leader. You don't want to just lead them the whole way. You want to be able to
Exactly.
lead them to be able to lead other people who don't
Exactly.
know. So I think that was a really, really key point that people need to like really, really listen to, because that's missing. That's
It's
definitely
so
missing,
many.
because it's a lot of, especially if it's somebody, if you've been there for a long time. Some people do have a little ego issue sometimes when it comes to that, and
Yep.
and you see that too, and it's like they know they're wrong, but it's like they don't even want to admit it in front of them because of the
Right.
ego. But I think if you just kind of like open up and just admit you're wrong in it, you'll be
Mhm.
surprised what that can do for everybody.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about culture. So Byron, you and I met at a
Mm.
retailer.
That we
I'll
shall
tell
not
y'all.
name.
I listen. I'm not putting their name nowhere. They not getting no credibility on my platform ever. Okay. So, I actually came to this organization. I was recruited by this organization because I was a killer at the other organization that I was at. I was
Uh-huh.
killing it, y'all. I rose up the ladders really, really fast. By the time they recruited me, I was running a store already, and then I got hired on at the new retailer to run a department. And because I knew who I was, and I was that girl. I came into that culture with the same mindset and attitudes that got me to rise the ranks where I was. Guess what that new culture did? Sent me right on to emotional
Mm,
intelligence class. No, ma'am, over
mm,
here, this ain't what we do. Because again, I'm a personality, color code is red. I get from A to B the quickest way possible. I don't care why you late to work. The point is you late to work. I don't care
mhm.
why you couldn't get the produce section set up in time. The fact is, it's not set up, and we about to open the store. So let's talk about culture, and I'll start with you, Byron, because you know what that's like from where we were.
Yeah.
Tiffany, you said it, being quiet, being apologizing. Corey, you brought it home too. When we switch cultures as leaders, what do you feel like is the adaptation or the pivot that leaders should look at when they go into a new culture?
Uh, oh, yes. So that's a good question. That's a really good question. The one thing, say that one more time for it, because say
So
that
when
question
you
for me one
switch
more time.
culture, like if you
Uh
go
huh.
from one culture to another culture, there's an adaptation that you should be
Uh huh.
doing as a leader. what do you think that switch is, or what is one thing you think leaders should do when they're going from one culture to another culture?
I'll point out something that Corey said earlier is observe. When you're switching cultures, you have to observe and be aware. I'll add that too. Have that awareness that this culture is not going to be what you come from, but it can be what you want it if you're the leader, right? If you're the new
Mm-hmm.
leader in this culture, you got to be able to read your environment, read the room,
Mm-hmm.
read your employees, read the personalities that you have, who's good at this. So I think having that awareness and just being able to sit back and observe, without action right away.
Yeah.
And it's just having that patience. So awareness, patience, and what's the other word I said? I forgot what I said. But yeah, I think that's a key. I just be talking, y'all. I'm sorry. But awareness and just having that patience, those two things right there is key in that pivot of like adapting to your culture or
Right.
to a new culture.
Right.
Can
So
I paint a picture real quick though?
Oh
Like
yes.
just going off that. So anytime we go into different cultures, I want you to think about like if you ever lived in a different city. I'm from Louisiana. I moved to Houston. I had to figure out what's the Houston
Oh
culture, right?
Lord, yes. Me too.
Right. Then the thing is, it depends on what side of town you live on. It's a different
Right.
culture, right?
Right.
So the thing is so, and we all know this is a slight red flag when a company says we're just family here.
Oh
Wait.
yes.
Um, however, um, we are a community and we have to build a community. And what that means is because people, well, we're just like a family. We get along with each other and stuff. No, we don't. I don't get along with a lot of my family members. So that's a lie.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing is, we're a community, right? And if you think
Right.
about back in the day or even in today's society, any good community, everybody steps up to do their job. And so
Yes.
when you first go in, you have to see, okay, the town doctor, are they reliable? Do they show up on time? The grocery store, do they have do they have the produce aisle stocked on time? Do they
Mm,
not? Is this a consistent habit? Do we have fresh produce? Do we not have any produce that comes by?
right.
If I'm trying to go buy meat, if I need some feed for my horse, whatever it may be, right?
Right.
When you look at a community, you say, okay, if I'm the sheriff in town or the mayor of the town now, and I'm God, I have to govern this whole thing now. I have to go and look at what are the habits that I'm seeing, what's the
Mm-hmm.
behaviors presented, what are people doing, and what gaps need to be filled. But it takes some time to figure that out because the one time the produce ain't filled out could be the one time that his grandma died and then he had to
Right.
show up at work late. But if the produce is not fixed every single day, okay, now we have a problem.
Right.
But if the doctor shows up every single day, I don't have a problem with the doctor now. But if the doctor, although they're showing up, they don't do their job and everybody's sick and dying, okay, cool. You showing up, let's take it to the next step because you're not
Right.
actually doing your job.
Right.
And we can't sustain this, right? And so
Right.
that's why I say, like, we always try to build a community because here's the other piece. I don't necessarily, when as these companies say, "Oh, we're a family," we
Mm-hmm.
stop. We have to stop with that language. We're a
Right.
community. I don't have to like you, but you do provide something to this community that I need, and
Right.
vice versa. I provide something to this community that you need. I don't have to like you, but I do have to work with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think when you guys were answering this question, the one thing that kept coming to my mind was like, anywhere we go, we need to understand what the definition of excellence is. And it
Mm-hmm.
looks different across the board. Like you said, if it, like we don't like in different industries, it looks different. But my like when I'm going somewhere, like my key takeaway is like, what does excellence look like in this company, in this
Right.
industry, in this field? And then once I have a clear definition of what excellence is, I have to come up with like I have to be determined to not skimp on that excellence,
Yeah.
right? Like as the leader and as someone who was working with leaders, like I have to uphold that excellence,
Right.
right? So like you said, like you might come in into work every day, but if you're not doing the job well, then there's a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're late here and there, maybe no one died, but it's still you know what I mean, it's a big deal because
Right.
like the standard has to be upheld.
Right. Right. That's important Tiffany, what you just saying, it goes to what all three of you spoke of. In grocery retail management, some departments depend on other departments. So it's essential that this one is set up so that this one can get what they need. And it's just a trickle down effect. And I think as leaders, sometimes we miss that part. So let's switch to what we're all here for, and that's the mental health and the business piece, the intersection of the two. I have a framework that I'm actually currently building out that puts mental health as the foundation of anything that we do. We all have mental health. Some of us just live with a condition, or some of us don't have good mental health. Tiffany, speak to how mental health plays a huge role in how not only you show up, but how you show up as a leader. You're in the funding space, which is essential because they're looking at all your stuff. When you trying to go get money, they're looking at all your stuff.
Yeah, I would say this. Like, first of all, I can't even function. Like, it's very hard to function when your mental health, because what happens with mental health is, like, when you don't address it, it becomes physical.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're like dehydrated, you're exhausted, you're tired, you know what I mean? Like, all these different things. Like, so unaddressed mental health is definitely going to not it's not going to hide under the
Right.
rug. It's going to come out. That's the number one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even in just like having you, like, I have to make time and make space for like my routines.
Right.
Right? So like, despite what my days look like, I have to, like, for me, like, I need to like be in tune with God. I
Yeah.
need to talk to him. I need to pray. I need to like read my devotional. I need to listen to music that, you know what I mean, I enjoy. Like, I need
Mm-hmm.
to, exercise is good for my mental health. So like, I try to make it to the gym when I can. Because I think it was Corey who said it. Like, I'm an introvert. So like, believe it or not, like, I don't necessarily like going up and giving presentations, talking to people all day. Like, all these things are draining to me. So if I'm not full or have poured into myself,
Right.
then I am 100% depleted at the
Mm-hmm.
end of my day, or at the beginning of my day. And like,
Right.
how effective can I be as a leader or in my space, talking to clients or representing my clients, from
Right.
like being depleted? Right?
Exactly.
So like, it matters so much. Like, it, because like, when you feel good about yourself, when you're in a good mental space, you show up, you're confident,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, you speak better, you look better. Like, all these things matter, right? And the
Exactly.
spaces that we're in, your interactions are better, you're not easily irritated.
Right.
You might, like, all these things, like, you're
Right.
paying attention, you're focused. Like, so I have found that prioritizing my mental and physical health
Mm-hmm.
is the best thing that I could do. There's like nothing better that I could do. I don't care who I'm meeting with. I
Right.
need to, those two things have to come. My physical, mental, and spiritual health have to
Right.
come first, or else like, I'm really no good anyway.
Exactly. Corey, you're in the corporate space where that's not really talked about a whole lot. What are some conversations that you would have or that you feel like should be had in that space?
Yeah, so even in these corporate spaces, we always talk about KPIs, and like so one of them for me is like with any like manager supervisor that I deal with, I look at vacation time. So
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately have one-on-ones where I'm like, how much vacation time do you have? How much sick time do you have? Have you
Right.
used any of this year? I need you to take a day a month or something. Step away because your mental health is a sick day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's contrary to what a lot of people want to accept because it's just grind it out, just keep going. We need you to show up and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you take 2 days off, if you take a week off and you come back refreshed, maybe it's a day for you.
Right.
I get so much more from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. And it's terrible to even say, like, look at what I get from it. But the reality, that is what it is, right? Because you're refreshed,
Yeah.
your
It's a
mind
fact.
is
Right.
good. And so like I real deal have one-on-ones where I'm just like, all right, so what trip are we planning? Where are we going? How much
Right.
vacation time do we have? I
Right.
cannot stand when somebody is like, well, I'm about to start losing vacation time because I have too much accrued. And I'm like, that's a problem.
Right.
When's the trip?
Exactly.
I will send you Airbnbs. I will send you plane tickets
And
because
I know you will, Corey. I can
yeah.
imagine them conversations.
I had a supervisor. We planned the whole trip to Jamaica for.
Yeah.
And I said, all you got to do is spend your money because you're not gonna spend mine, but you just got to spend your money. You got a vacation time. I need you to go ahead because that's the piece is like if you
Right.
mentally aren't here, and even in day to day, I will get on people. You took your lunch yet? What you ate for lunch
Mm-hmm.
today? Did you step away from your desk already? Because we just think like, oh, we just got to keep grinding it out.
Right.
And I'm like, no, you need to step away. You need to refresh your brain
Exactly.
within the middle of the day. You need to do it within the middle of the month. Like we
Exactly.
aren't built to just keep on going. We think it's
Nope.
cool, but I don't know who started this hustle culture thing, but
I don't either.
maybe if we can go back and invest in like mental health culture back then, but this hustle
Yeah.
culture stuff, it has to stop because we can get the
Mhm.
same
Yeah.
result taking these breaks. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Two things from that, Corey. I did a video not too long ago where I said hustle culture is actually killing you and was almost ate up in comments about, oh, well, you must haven't built anything. And I'm like, if y'all don't know the mental breakdowns I have had to get where I'm at, which is why I'm telling you, hustle culture is killing you. That's one,
mm-hmm.
because I don't know where we get this from. But when you think about this too, Corey, when they don't take the vacation days, they do cost you because
Yep.
now you out sick or now you're not performing, now you're not reaching the KPIs. So where we thought we could get to this goal at one point, now we got to reassess and backtrack or even bring somebody else to the table to make this goal happen. You're costing me money by you not being effective. So I need you to go home and go lay down. I need you
Right.
to go take a nap.
And I'm be honest, these high level people, they not doing all this work all day. It makes they look like they
Mhm.
doing work all day. They're
Yeah.
not doing this work all day.
I want to say that hustle culture is not equal to working hard.
No,
It's a
because
difference to me.
there's some
Work
people
smart.
that do
Right.
4 or 5 things a day and call it a day. Some days that
Exactly.
4 or 5 things may take them all day.
Right.
Sometimes that 4 or 5 things will take them up till 10 a.m. and then
Yes.
they don't do anything after that.
Mhm.
And they done. They done.
Mm-hmm.
Byron, you're a creative. So that sometimes looks a little different for you, although you do have a job in the medical field. But as a creative, that's a little bit different when we talk about um, being a visionary and an executioner
Mm.
as well. How does mental health play a part in all of that?
Yeah. Well, I would say as a creative, I think you have a lot more control. For me, I have a lot more control on how I manage my mental health
Mm-hmm.
because I am running my own business, because of how the creative world is, I'm able to like schedule around, days where I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm gonna need a break, or if I know
Right.
if I know I'm booked up for 1 month, that next month I'm probably gonna have to turn down some
Right.
clients just because I just had this whole month of this and that, and then I gotta do the post editing. So it's like I know I'm able to kind of manage my work a little differently. So I
Mhm.
would say, for me, I have a lot more control, and for me, I stick to my routine.
Yeah.
Just like you said, she said earlier, for me, I stick to my routine. Prayer and meditation is key for me. I do it every day. Um, I might miss the time, but I never miss the day that I do it.
Right. Right.
So like even if I plan to do it in the morning, if I don't do it in the morning, I might do it at noon and lunch. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I have a lot more control. So it doesn't my mental health is it's safer for me,
Yeah.
in the creative world. Now I would say with my job, now I did learn some stuff about myself, right? Working in
Mm-hmm.
the medical field, and so I'm clinical, so I'm on the floor all the time, moving around all the time, and it goes back to the hustle culture thing. I learned real quick that having that hustle mentality will burn you out.
Mm-hmm.
I worked 16, 14, 16 hour days, and I had to learn how to manage my days. Like I had to watch what I ate in the morning because your breakfast is key. And so I had
Yeah.
to pay attention. I couldn't eat heavy because I still have I still got lunch and I still got a long day.
Right.
Um, I implemented naps throughout the day.
Oh yeah, I love me a nap.
People think that, I know it's hard to take naps, like real naps, 2 hour nap. That's not a nap.
He said that to me the other week. I said, I'm gonna go
You
take a nap.
know,
He's talking about that's not a
two,
nap.
3 hours. That's not a nap. You going to
I need
sleep.
about
You
an
That's
hour.
what
know,
he said.
right? Yeah, you going to sleep. You about to be sleep. So I really really am an advocate for like taking like
Right.
naps because of if you. So here's something that I do in the morning time, right? So because I get up as early as 4 a.m. So by the time I'm in breakfast, I have breakfast and coffee. However, after I get done with my breakfast and drink my coffee, I will lay back in my car, turn the AC on, and close my eyes and go 15, 20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
tops. And by the time I wake up, I'm refreshed, energized because now not only that I got, refreshing of my energy of that nap, but also the caffeine is kind of kicking in after 15, 20 minutes. So just
Mm-hmm.
being aware of that, like I had to really like figure out my routine to like
Right.
get through those days because before at the company that we shall not name, it
Yeah,
was just hustle mentality. It was just,
that was it.
especially during COVID. So it's like I had to learn
Mm-hmm.
that for myself. So it's like I was able to implement that with my creative work. So
Right.
yeah, it's
Right.
definitely it's you almost like you have to like redefine what strength is for yourself.
Mhm.
At least that's
Yeah.
what I had to do. Like I kind of had to redefine like what my strength is versus just like
Exactly.
toughing it out. So
Exactly. I love that you said that, Corey. I'm finna throw this one to you because we're gonna talk about rest, boundaries, and what does that mean for you as a leader, but also as a human. Because I schedule naps like I schedule meetings.
Yeah, as you should.
Because why did we fight when we was kids not to take a damn nap?
I don't know.
I don't know, but we need it
it's
now.
just
I'm gonna tell you that.
uh-huh.
We need it now. So, Corey, when we talk about boundaries, there's a misconception of a boundary got something to do with you. When a boundary don't have nothing to do with the other person, it is all about a protection for you. How do boundaries and rest play an integral part in you being maybe not just a good leader, but a great leader?
Yeah, I think it's just what we talked about earlier, right? It keeps you refreshed. It keeps your mind sharp because again, like if I never turn it off, and I've been there before where I get off work, still thinking about work, still
Mhm.
answering questions, still doing all these things. But then at a certain point, I had to cut it off, right? And
Yeah,
it's you can't reach me outside of that. You can't, and I'm bad at doing this too because I just want to help folks. So you reach out to me, I got answers for you. I'm trying to help you out. But the reality is, you should cut it off, right? Unless it is
yeah,
a fire and somebody is dying, you don't have me right now, right? You got to figure it out. If it is not something that is game changing to the business, I'm not available right now. We
right,
can address this tomorrow.
right.
And those are the things that you have to really like put your feet down and say, I'm not moving on that.
Hmm.
And some jobs don't like that. But
They
the
don't.
reality is you have to set those boundaries because you will
Hmm.
burn yourself out. You will
Right.
wake up eventually after a few months and you're constantly thinking. I actually had developed anxiety back in like November or so from that because couldn't turn my brain off. I'm
Right.
Mhm.
thinking about work. Did I miss this email? Did I
Mhm.
finalize this project? Like, what's going on? Like, what am I about to get fussed at today about because I didn't answer this thing or whatever?
Mhm.
And so I just had to deal with the consequences. I'm just like, I'm gonna shut it off. It is what it is. You don't have access to me right now because you
Right.
will run yourself crazy. And let's be honest, the majority of the things that we're running towards in corporate America, if we're really being truthful about it, they are arbitrary numbers that we came up and we act like we are not playing a game. That tomorrow the goal is going to be there. Next month the goal is going to
Hmm.
be there. Next year we're going to come up with some other goal
Right.
that's going to be
And this
there.
is they just gonna keep raising it and
Right.
raising it every time.
It never
Right.
ends. And so now I'm running myself crazy chasing a goal that honestly don't even exist.
Exactly.
So,
It is made up along the way
right.
for whatever reason.
Right. I've been in too many meetings where they're like, we need to hit this number. Why? Sounds good.
You are so right, Corey. So, Byron, you just talked to us about your routine, your naps. How essential do you feel like boundaries, rest are for you as a leader? creative, like all of those things?
Well, I think it that was one of the things for me, I had to redefine of my strength
Hmm.
is setting boundaries. For me, it was just taking on too much, too many
Yeah.
different projects, and I had to find that boundary that sometimes I'm gonna have to say no.
Hmm.
I had to figure out how to say no. I had to, figure not how to, I not come off as like I'm ghosting them, but I had to really, really like this is a moment where okay, I have to choose myself,
Yeah.
and no matter the outcome, you're gonna have to do it
Right.
because eventually it's just going to be a burnout. So
Right.
yeah, yeah, for me it was that's boundaries is key. And I think it translate from business to personal relationships,
Hmm.
family relationships. All
Right.
those is key because we got to balance the two anyway. So I think
Exactly.
why not work on it intertwine like with them together. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
D&D is my best friend. My phone go on do not disturb at 5 o'clock every day. If you first of all, Corey, you good. If it's on fire or you dead, you don't need to call me. You need to call Jesus. Or
You're
you need to
right,
call 911. You don't need to call me.
because I can't help you right now.
I cannot help you at this point. You know what I'm saying? So yes, now Tiffany, y'all gonna tell on my
Mhm.
friend. My friend be everywhere. I think her passport book is full at this moment because the girl be everywhere. Tiffany, how do you look at rest, setting boundaries as
Oh.
someone who has to travel and you've had to go to different cultures to do the same job but in the
Mhm.
different culture?
That's a good question. I think it's a combination. So it's two things. Is one is a combination of what both gentlemen said. You just have to have a cutoff, right? Like
Yeah.
you just have to have, like, you know what? I'm done for the day. I'm
Hmm.
done for the day. And you have to make a decision, and you have to. And anybody who wants to have a conversation about work, you have to just be like, either ignore. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Like you
Right.
really just have to decide you are done for
Right.
today,
Right.
because I have been there with the whole like you can't sleep because your mind is still going.
Yes.
And like people don't realize it. Like people don't realize they don't mean harm, but like after 12 hours of working, like you sometimes you just be like, I have to just stop and
Right.
I'll talk to you another time. Like literally that has been the best thing for me. And then I will also say a new thing that I'm implementing is like if you are over the age of 21, I should not have to keep having the same conversation with you. And
Girl,
Mm.
that has become a boundary for me because like
right.
I'm a very understanding,
You
like
are.
empathetic person.
Yes.
So like after like a couple times having the same convo, you got like 1.5 one more times before I start talking to you. Like for like
And
because
you
like
introverted on top of that.
cause
Unless you're
like
talking to me about solutions after that, I don't want to hear about it.
right. Like
Right?
why are we talking about the same thing? Like honestly, it sounds crazy, but that is a boundary people violate.
Yeah,
Like, especially when you are an empathetic person, right? When you are understanding, like
exactly.
people don't like will have the
Yep.
conversation with you and then keep on doing the same thing. And it's harmful mentally. It is because
Yeah.
it's like, wait, are we really talking about the same thing again?
Right.
Like,
6 months later.
and
Right.
honest, like literally, I'm like, you're not listening. Like, obviously, I don't know what you're doing when we're having a conversation, but like, that has been my new thing. It's like, okay, and I'm gonna be very clear with you in a nice way,
Right.
right? I'm gonna be very honest and very
Right.
transparent. Like, but once I get there with you, I have to just be like, you know what? This conversation, like, we can't have this conversation again because having the same conversation over and over again is anxiety producing for me. Right.
Right.
And so, like, I have to, I think another thing is just knowing your triggers, like, knowing the things
That part.
that, you know, make you really like get out of character or make you anxious,
Mm-hmm.
and staying away from those things and not allowing people to drag you into that because
Right.
people, again, they may not realize it, but mm-mm.
You know what you're doing. People know
I
what
think
they've been
so.
doing
They
some
I
do.
time.
do.
They absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
be doing, y'all.
If you don't say
They
nothing,
know what they be doing.
they gonna keep on coming.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like you're not good for that. So yeah, oh my gosh, y'all got some great points. So this year's theme, the soft reset. And at first I was like, I don't know if that's gonna connect with anyone because for me, that's what it was about. Tiffany is a part of an inner circle that is 8 of us. You know, we call ourselves the Elite 8. And I actually said to them in November, like, I'm not good. I'm really at a place where I want to burn all this down and go hide. And my circle came together for me with accountability. So what you doing? How you eating? Are you overworking? What you got too many irons and like those things. And so in my time with God, I kept hearing reset, reset, reset. And so I was like, you know what? This is a soft reset. Let's talk about soft reset this year, and let's relate it to business, faith, our mental health. So I'll start with you, Tiff, with this question. What does the soft reset mean for you? How do you connect with it both personally and professionally?
I'm so glad you asked me this because, first of all, I love the theme from the very moment that you put it out. But I don't even think I ever had a soft reset up until recently. Like, I went on vacation last week to Mexico, and like, when I tell you, I didn't do nothing but stay on the resort, go to the beach, go to the pool, go to the beach, go to the pool, eat. Like, I did not do anything. Like, I didn't even bring my laptop. And I'm telling you, like, I bring my laptop on every single trip.
Yes, you do.
And like, literally, I think for the first time in my life, I really felt like I wasn't like attached to like a responsibility of something and got a chance to really reset. Like,
Right.
I promise you, I don't ever remember a time before this time that I truly got that. And it was like, it almost scared me because I got a chance to pay attention to things that I
Yes.
would never pay attention to. And I'm talking about like just like my own personal things, like, within
Right.
myself, my body, my mental, my emotion. Like,
Yeah.
I would never have even thought, like, these things would never have crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I had a chance to like drink enough water. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm trying, like, without like, because I'm like, oh, I ain't trying to go to the bathroom because I don't like this place and I gotta go to this meeting. Like, like, you don't, I never understood how like my life revolves around my work. Like, to the point where
Yeah.
like I would be like, I'm not gonna drink this water because I don't want to have to use the public restroom in this place, and like I just want to go and have the meeting and then go home.
Yeah.
But like over time, like I'm dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like
Mm.
small because you think, oh, you could just make it up tomorrow, but tomorrow has its own schedule.
Set up
And
right.
like, you know what I'm trying to say? And like, I was able, I just kept, I'm able to just have this in peace.
Drinking some water,
Like,
The
girl.
Stanley will save your life.
Yeah,
Yeah, got
that
mine
like
part.
too.
Look.
We right here. We right
literally,
here with it. You know?
literally, like that was a game changer for me because like I realized like I'm chronically dehydrated, like because literally
Yeah.
I'm always on the go and I'm not thinking about like even my meals. You know what I mean? Like they could be better
Right.
because I'm gonna just get this, and then when I get home I'm gonna cook, but then I really cook when I get home? No.
Right. Right.
No.
Chick-fil-A.
We all like no.
So
To Chick-fil-A. Get the
Chick-fil-A,
rewards
you
on
know?
that
okay.
Chick-fil-A
Right.
app.
Yeah.
Get that free
So
chicken sandwich.
Right.
listen, okay? So I literally, like, for the first time, probably for the first time in my life, I could really truly say I had a soft reset. And so now I feel like going into this conference and talking, I'm like, no, there is nothing soft about a soft reset. Like, literally, it will change your life. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
my God. Okay, y'all. So I've known Tiffany for years. And I'm thinking every time my girl is in a different country, continent, I'm like, okay, Tiff, what continent you on this week? And she like, oh girl, I'm back home. I'm in Connecticut. Oh, I'm in Cabo. Oh, I'm in DR. And I'm like, what? I'm thinking you having a ball, home girl. Like, I'm thinking you living the life, my friend.
No, like it looks cute on Instagram, but like you pay for it. You pay for it. And it's
That's
oftentimes a
a
higher
good
price
point.
than you want to pay.
That's a good point. Because we getting the Instagram real. Not that you don't share some things in our inner circle, but when you post, yeah, we see, you're doing this. I'm like, oh, she having fun in Cabo. She ain't take me this time, but I mean, maybe next time I get to go to Cabo. But and that shows you right there misconceptions of things when you just clearly say I'm not even hydrating myself properly when I'm
No.
in these places and I just got to enjoy. How many times you probably been to Mexico? Okay,
A
like
few, right. And this was the first time that I actually was like, I feel like truly 100% refreshed. Like not on a high because I
right,
adrenaline high because I had a good time and it was exciting and I had some thrills. You know what I mean? But like
right,
an actual like I did nothing but rest for a week and I feel it feels great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you, Tiff. I love that. Corey, you already told us a little bit about how the theme matched for you. I want you to
Yeah.
share a little bit more for us.
Yeah, so I think it was again just perfect timing because I mean you said it, Tiffany, the soft reset ain't so soft.
It ain't
And sometimes you go crashing and burning, but it feels like you crashing and burning, but the reality is that's what you needed. And so
right,
even like today, like I'm doing my own thing, right? Like I'm not following orders, I'm not logging into a 9 to 5. Like I am legitimately doing my thing.
right.
If y'all seen the LinkedIn, like me and my friend, we just came up with a cleaning business. We said, what's some unsexy stuff we could do? And just came up with that, right? Like that's the soft stuff for me. That's what I like to do. I like to build up, but I'm gonna do it on my own terms. And so, like, even to your point, Tiffany, hey, look, traveling within the US, that stuff gets old real quick. And you
Mm-hmm.
sitting in a hotel and you think I was just in Nashville Monday and Tuesday, and people are like, you know, did you enjoy it? What you do in the city and all that stuff? I'm like, man, I was talking to people the whole time. I was sitting on panels. Like I'm not checking out like I'm not boot scooting in Nashville. Like we went eat at 2 restaurants and that was it. Um, and it gets old. Like I've been in San Diego for 2 weeks, and then
Right,
all you're doing is working and getting back to the hotel because you don't want to talk to
right,
nobody anymore. Like that
right.
stuff gets old real quick. But that's my
Exactly.
soft reset. So going in the direction that I want to go to, solving the problems that I want to solve, not
Yeah.
logging into a computer just to answer emails all dang day and it's been lovely because and I'll say this for everybody who loves God. I saw this verse. I think it was James 1:8, and it said something about y'all don't quote me, Bible people, but y'all don't quote me on that. But it says something about basically when a man has two tracks that he's basically trying to chase, that's when life can get very like indecisive for him. And
Mm-hmm.
so obviously it's not just for men, right? It's for women too. But I was like, you know what? I'm on the right path because I know where I'm going. I know this is the thing that I'm trying to chase. I know if I do even land with a company, this is why I'm with them.
Right.
Other than that, like I'm gonna go get money from doing the things that I love doing. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And there's so much
Yeah.
clarity.
hmm
When that
Mhm.
soft reset happens, it's so much clarity. So yes, you can
yeah.
think a lot clearer. Byron, what about you? As a mental health advocate, which you seem to have left out, soft resets
Oh,
are
yes.
essential
Yes.
for the work we do. For real.
Yes. 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 I would say for me is more personal. Um, 'Cause I feel like I am currently in a soft reset. Um, Life has a way of kind of forcing you to pause and reevaluate.
Yeah.
What version of yourself you want to be,
Right.
and like this year, I'm gonna be a first time father. In about a couple of more months, my
Yes.
son he will be coming anytime soon. And I feel like that was definitely that's part of my soft reset.
Right.
I've been going through prior to, also with me having my son, I've been going through a lot of transitioning professionally. So it's like this, like everyone said, it's like this is like the perfect timing for it. And I feel like
Right.
right now I'm like currently in my soft reset because it's been a lot of really evaluating, a lot of changing around, a lot of my mindset is changing as the time goes, and it's like I can actively feel the soft reset happening. So yeah,
Right.
for me, it's way definitely more personal.
It's a beautiful thing. So to end us out, Byron, I'll start with you. You are on the strength in the soft reset panel, which is the men's panel where we're going to talk about masculinity and what softness really means in a reset for men. Tell the folks what's one thing you want them to either come to the conference to get or walk away from the conference
Hmm. I would say one thing that I want people to get from it is perspective. If you don't get anything else, you get perspective because there's so many different professionals in the room, so many different backgrounds in the room. I think that's the time to really come in and just like, even if you don't participate, just absorb all of the perspective that you get. And come get healing too. You when I remember the first year when I was just supposed to be taking pictures and you asked me to speak on a panel, and I
Yeah.
was like, that's not on my bingo card, speaking on the panel. So, and it was like I was going through the worst time of my life at the time. A lot of people don't know
Yeah.
that. And I think that helped me just by like still saying yes, still going, still doing it. And it's so if you hesitant, just do it. Do it
Yeah.
and see.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Corey, you are on Leading with Ease. Now, Corey was on the men's panel and all of them killed it last year. Corey, I still love you. You can sit on the men's panel if you want to. But I need you on the Leading with Ease panel
Yeah, we
because
going.
you and Nashama, if y'all heard Nashama the other day and y'all heard Corey today, y'all already know that's about to be fire together because they think similarly, but they really have different ways of executing. So on that panel, we're going to talk about what that looks like, leading with ease. How does your faith and clarity play a part in being a leader? So what's one thing you want people to come with or take away?
Yeah, so I actually have two things, right? So I gotta be a little extra. So the first part is
We
you
love it.
mentioned it too. Perfect segue. Clarity is what gets you to the reset. You don't know how to
Mhm.
reset unless you got if you played the game, you played the Super Nintendo back in the day, you played the
Yeah,
regular Nintendo, they had a button that said reset. And
right,
you knew what button to press, right? Sometimes in life we don't know what that button is. And
right.
so there are people saying, I need to refresh my life, I need to reset. I don't know how to do that. And I want
Mhm.
them walking away understanding, like, if I take these steps, I will gain clarity, and then
Right.
I'm going to be able to reset. The second part is I want people to walk away and look, gas is high, diesel is even higher. You talked about burning the whole thing now. Don't waste your money, LaKisha. It's expensive. And I got my Circle K membership because every now and again I get 20 cents off gas and it
Or
helps. And
Seven
I drive a
Eleven.
truck. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff for 7-Eleven, but all the 7-Elevens around me are like the inside is a 7-Eleven, but the gas ain't 7-Eleven. So I
Right,
need
right,
me a
yeah.
7-Eleven. I got like 55 cents off gas at 7-Eleven if I find one.
Right.
So what I'm saying is you don't have to use the gas or the diesel or whatever. You don't have to burn anything. All you have to do is understand that I'm going to put that where it needs to be, and
Right.
then I'm going to do my reset over here because you don't
Mhm.
get that energy from me no more. And
Right.
now I'm going to walk in my purpose and what I need to be doing and take the right steps to go that route. And I think
Right.
that people, if nothing else, should walk away understanding that.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. Corey and Byron, y'all both have been in the room and seen transformations happen like that. Last year, it was amazing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, man tore the house down. Like literally, they was like, "Can we have a break after? Can we have a break?" We couldn't go any further because of what it
They needed a reset.
Yeah,
Yes,
they needed
what
a
it
reset. Yeah.
opened up. It was so good. So y'all seen the transformation. Tiffany, I get to see you in person after so many years of being online friends. But you and I, along with some other members of the Elite Eight, we get to talk about the 5-year circle. And for me, it's almost like life changing for us to share what it's been like over the years of us having these conversations, the sisterhood that we've built, how we've helped build each other's businesses to some degree. I really love talking about community and what it means and how it has helped us mentally, physically, business wise. Like it's helped us tremendously. So, from being on that panel, what is it that you want people to either come with or take away from?
Yeah. First of all, there's no other panel I would rather be on at this conference. And what I will say is like your circle, like your community, who you have around you, whatever you want to call it, your besties, whatever, like that will either make or break you
Mm-hmm.
personally or professionally. Like I see so many times like people who are around people who are jealous, envious, don't want them to be successful, but just not more successful than them. Like there's all these other dynamics, right? And then I've
Yep.
also seen people in circles where there's no envy, right? There's
Right.
no jealousy. There's all full support. There's love. People praying for each other, like like not comparing each other. Like your circle, who you call your friends and your family,
Yep.
it's gonna make or break you. Who you spend your time with
Right.
and who you share your secrets with and like all let in all of that it can literally make or break you. And I am so
Yes.
happy to like be in the room with the some members, a lot of members of
Yeah.
the elite eight. There's actually
Yeah.
quite a few of us who are
Mm-hmm.
coming to this conference and to actually share like what that looks like. Because like
Right.
I'm not gonna tell the story now. I'm gonna wait for the panel, but I will tell the story of how like I met LaKisha and how literally from the very beginning she literally I helped me build my business before it was anything. She helped me build my business and did not know me from any she this woman did not know me 7 years ago.
Right.
She did not know me. And she said, you know what? I'm going to help you. And she got online with me every week for an hour and helped me build my business.
Yeah. I was honored to do that, number one. And that's the power of your circle that happens. And in this circle, y'all, we activate for each other. Like something going down, we like, oh shoot, let me call this person, let me call that person. And I have that with Corey and Byron as well. If I hit Corey up, Corey just hit me in the DMs with something amazing that we can do. Corey, we got to get this men's thing together. The brothers won't come
We
out. What
do.
we gonna do? Corey, let me tell you, Tiffany. Corey say, I don't know why you keep canceling. You should just do it. Just do
Yep.
it. We don't care.
Just,
Just do it.
that's it. Just they gonna come. You build it, they'll
Hmm.
come.
The day will come. Yep.
He
And
was
look,
like,
I don't care if it's one person the first time. Next year it's gonna be
Yeah.
That's
10. Then
it.
the next year after that it's gonna be
Literally.
100.
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, Corey? I'm gonna have to sit with you for a session. Look, get out your
Hmm.
head and just get this done because our brothers, y'all panel, y'all men are the favorites. People love to come and hear y'all's perspective. For some reason, they be like,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh wow! When I
Cause
got
you,
feedback, y'all panel was the favorite panel, and Van came in next. The men's panel was the favorite. They loved hearing y'all perspective. You opened their eyes to things that they weren't accustomed to. And a lot of them was like, well, because I didn't have a father figure, I made mistakes. And so now
Mhm.
these brothers are telling us how to serve them, how to love them, how to be there for them in that space. So we're gonna always have a men's panel. Of course, we're gonna work on this men's
Yep.
event.
Men's conference coming soon.
Yeah, Corey
you
put it
Okay.
speaking
out
in
there,
now.
Let's
and he
speak it.
Byron, you another one too. So because they said that Tiffany's on the internet, it's gonna happen. Like
Yep.
we're gonna have to make it happen. So I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me this week. Y'all hanging out with me tonight. Corey, tell everybody how they can get connected with you.
Yeah, so you can reach out on any social media platform. I'm on LinkedIn as well. Again, CoreySigu.com. Or just shoot me an email at info@elevationchangeconsulting.com.
Y'all finna say, keep them people out your DMs. You ain't gonna have nobody trying to fight me because Byron, you too. Keep them out your
Yeah.
DMs. How can
Mm-mm.
they?
Hey, mine's is watching right now. So look, I'm just look. I get married in October. Don't
Yeah,
play those games.
we don't
my
listen.
my
Sister-in-law to be, don't play.
Yeah, don't play. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I got your back. Byron, how can I get connected with you? And it's only for
uh
photos and videography.
yeah, I was gonna say that. I was about to say, you can find me on Instagram, B Duncan Visuals. I also have my website, bduncanvisuals.com. Yeah, now hear me when I say this. My DMs are open for business. Okay.
Thank
That's because that's my business page anyway. So when I say my DMs are open for
you. I say
business
in.
only. Uh
Corey, why
I
you
got
be
it filtered.
say
Yeah.
I
What
got it
y'all be?
filtered. So right. Is this the right finger? Am I doing the
Yeah, I
right?
think that's the
It's
right
one
finger.
yeah,
It's this
yeah.
one, yeah.
yes?
Yeah, we showing
Oh,
our
which
age.
one? This one? That's how
But
you
yeah,
tell of a
that's
steak tender. You go by finger. Okay.
So Byron said his DMs are open for business.
mhm. Yes, only business
I have to
only.
protect my brothers, y'all, because y'all be something else, like for real. Y'all be something else. Tim, I don't be bad for us too in the DMs. I don't tell them what we get. Tell me
They
what
don't
I get.
they don't even want to come
It's
for me in
probably
my
worse for
DMs,
y'all.
okay?
For Bible verse. That's what I was saying.
Bible verse. On my Instagram is t.m.stewart. And you can get in contact with me through my website. It's birthrightconsulting.com or LinkedIn, Tiffany Stewart.
Well, thank y'all so much again. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see y'all next week. Y'all, can y'all believe it? It's like next week. We
Yep.
need these folks
Yeah.
to get their tickets. Why? Because what y'all cost per hour ain't even what they paying to get in the room.
Hmm.
Okay? So when you get in the room, there is power, there is healing. We have fun in the room. We have a good time. This is not like a formal conference. Come as you are. Have clothes on, but come as you are.
Right.
Wait, Corey,
Please.
you was like, wait,
No,
hold on.
no
I
shoes,
got
no
that wait
shirt,
for a
no
minute. I was just
service.
like,
You
wait,
know?
hold on.
No shoes, no shirt, no entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we want you in the space. So again, thank y'all so much tonight for lending your voice to the cause. And I cannot wait to see y'all next week. And thank y'all for tuning in.